Welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Today I've got good news and I've got bad news, and we're going to share it with you next on this episode of Take Me to the Tour. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. So let me share with you the bad news first, because I always like to get the bad news out of the way because I just want people to give it to me straight. And basically what I want to tell you is I've been working on a swing change since January. And I've played in 2 events, one just a Pro-Am, just kind of a fun hit and giggle, and then one member pro at Robert Trent Jones up in Gainesville, Virginia, where they're going to host actually the Solheim Cup. It is an unbelievable golfing experience. If you ever get a chance to play Robert Trent Jones, which is a private members only course, definitely take them up on it no matter what the cost. It's fantastic. But that being said, my whole goal this year was for August 5th and 6th, which is now already passed once we've filmed this video, to play in our section championship. And it's a pretty big ticket item for me, who's just teaching now. I'm not a head golf professional. I don't have a salary. Everything I make is coming off of either YouTube or golf instruction and travel. And I just didn't feel confident in my current financial state to spend that kind of money in order to play in an event that I do not feel that I'm ready for. And so that's the bad news. The bad news is I've chosen not to compete this month and focus more on the year to come and get better at that. So instead of putting that money into that event, which is the event that gets me into the event that gets me onto the PGA Champion event. So that's the PGA Championship is my 2-step process as a PGA professional to play in the PGA Championship. And so next year, I think it's at, well, it doesn't really matter where it's at, but I think it was at a course I've played before and played very well. And so I was excited about it, but I'm just not ready. And so when you're going through swing changes, you know, you're going to have some bad news. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some situations that you're not happy with. And what I want to switch gears is tell you a little bit about the good news. So the good news is I was so frustrated with it and this change that I'm doing that I went back to my old swing. And for those of you that really paid attention, my old swing was very Adam Scott-like. I really got this right elbow under. I would turn the hips out of the way, almost feeling like I'd fall back and cover the ball with great impact position, just really looking awesome. What I like to look at when I'm swinging a golf club. So I'm trying to swing like Adam Scott, who's my favorite golf swing on tour. But my body and my natural movements don't really do that very well. So my miss is a thin hook, which thin hook means I'm kind of a little shallow and a little up. And with a driver, I'm going to make at least 2 to 3 doubles if I'm not holding on and trying to hit low cuts on that fairway finder image. So that part's really difficult for me. So I changed my swing in January, and I've gone through quite a bit of an overhaul. And what I'm trying to get you to do in the good news is that know that when I went out and played, I played the front 9 with my old swing. And I hit a couple shots that was like, man, this is great, this is awesome. But it was very, very inconsistent. And I actually shot the highest 9 holes that I've shot all year. And so I went to the back 9. First 2 holes I played with my old swing and hit a shot on a par 3, 220 yards, hybrid, and I hit it really solid. It came out really, really strong, and it took off, and I was like, man, that's going to be really tight. Well, I get up to it, and that hybrid shot with my old swing landed in the very front of the bunker. So it's like 22, maybe even 23 yards short of my target on a golf club that in this new way would have carried that pretty easily. And so immediately I said to myself, okay, don't give up on the process. All right, that's the good news. The good news is I've realized that process needs to be perfected. And so my next thing is to go and see the instructor that's helping me with this move and clarify and clear my mind. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't wait to get the instruction that you need. Don't try to fix it yourself, because there's something about getting that confidence, that partnership with an instructor that can really help you. So in this series of Taking You to the Tour, I'm going to share with you what I'm doing now to really cement what I'm trying to do in my golf swing. And then next month, I'll have my lesson and I'll tell you what we've changed and what the dramatic differences will be as we continue on this series of Take Me to the Tour. So as you can see here, I have got a lot going on the range, and it's sort of like every instructional thing that I do, I've kind of got set up here. And so today we're working on a couple of things for Take Me to the Tour and really going back. And so now that I've made 9 holes of playing with my old golf swing, and I know what that feels like, and I know that that's causing a low hook, even though on the very first tee I hit the best drive I've hit down the middle of the fairway in a while. However, I know it came off soft and it didn't come off with the power, and I need that distance control. At Robert Trent Jones, there was a hole, probably their signature hole, that's out in the middle of Lake Manassas, and it's this huge but thin from right to left, not very deep hole that requires a 4 or 5 iron, which has always been my biggest struggle with my old swing. One of the reasons I've decided to make changes. And I hit the green on both of those and made some really solid contact. So there's some baby steps that you gotta remember on the process of really getting good at golf, because there's gonna be days where you're just lost and just totally out of sync mentally, physically. And so you just got to be able to trust the process that you're going through. And if you can trust it and you get through the 4 steps of the olive tree method, you're going to be a much better player. You're going to be able to break 90 pretty easily. I've got 2 students down here that have only been working with me for a few months, maybe 6 months at the most, 4 lessons tops. And one of them just shot 78 last week. And so I put that on my Instagram if you want to check that out. MyProGolfer24 on Instagram. And so the process really does work, but it takes time. And then for me, I mean, I've been swinging Adam Scott for, 20 years. So to swing kind of more like a Jason Day or a Scotty Scheffler, which aren't bad swings, right? They don't look bad. It just feels uncomfortable, feels odd to me. But I know that if I can continue to work on that process, that the body shape that I have, the limitations that I have in my golf swing, the issues with my elbows and my hips, that's going to help me perform better as long as I stick to it. And that's the key that I want to share with you today on Take Me to the Tour. You're going to struggle and change. Anything that you do that you change is hard. I mean, just, it's so difficult to get, away from a prescription drug that you need, or alcohol, or whatever it is that you're smoking, whatever it is that, has been a consistent habit in your life. Relate that to the golf swing. I mean, that's how hard it is to really change. And the better that you're at something, the harder it's going to be to change. So keep that in your mind as you continue to grow with me as we go to the tour here. And let's get into right now what I'm going to work on today. Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt. That's very good. So I just wanted to thank you for kind of letting me vent this morning and allow you to just know the frustrations that I'm going through, that if you're going through frustrations as you change your golf swing, that I relate. Like, I get it. Like, I feel like I'm putting the best I ever have. I'm chipping the best I ever have. Most of that is because this facility is so great. So if you want to come down for a golf school this winter, we got the best facility possibly in Tampa to do a golf school, especially at a public facility. This is unbelievable. This garden is fantastic, and I owe a lot of the ability to get better at golf to this place, Summerfield Crossings Golf Club. So if you haven't played it, you haven't been here, and you're in the Tampa area, you got to come. And so just know that the struggle in golf is just part of the program. I'd encourage you to, as you struggle through getting ready to kind of go to the next step of your game, is to, when you watch the PGA Tour event and you go to the PGA Tour app and you go to the scores, go to the bottom, go to the absolute bottom of the leaderboard and see what the top 150 players in the world shoot sometimes. It was not a month or two ago that Ricky Fowler shot 82, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the struggle of golf. Like, you have to be mentally, physically, and swing-wise locked in to be able to shoot these numbers. I mean, Nick Dunlap came and set the world on fire in January and then almost didn't make a cut for like 3 or 4 weeks, just totally lost, and then wins again. So know that golf is a journey, and if you don't enjoy the journey, you're not going to be as good as you could be. And so I'm just encouraging you on this Take Me to the Tour event to enjoy the journey, enjoy the moments out here, enjoy saying hi to the people around, and create it more of a community event. Travel. Don't get so caught up on the strike or the plane. As long as you got a path to get better, you'll get better at golf. So I hope to see you next Thursday at 6 o'clock. Like, subscribe. I'm here for you to take you as far as you want to go in golf as you watch my struggle to get back on a professional tour this season. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.